how are you today? Welcome to learning Kenyan Sign Language with Naomi. So today we are going to tackle the Old Testament books. We are going to see how you can put the different books in the Old Testament in Kenyan Sign Language. So we are going to start with the first sign, that is the Old Testament. How does one sign Old Testament? So when signing Old Testament, you do Old Testament. Old Testament. Testament is T-shape, so the T goes up, down on your open palm, facing sideways. So it's Old Testament. So let's head right to the first book of the Old Testament, that is Genesis. How can you sign Genesis in Kenyan Sign Language? So when signing Genesis, your hand is T-shape, then the T goes sideways on the open palm. It's like opening, it's like a key opening a door. So you do Genesis, Genesis, Genesis. So your hand is T-shaped, then your hand moves, then it's Genesis. Then we have the second book of the Old Testament, that is Exodus. So Exodus has two signs. So the first sign of Exodus, it's Exodus, Exodus, Exodus. This is how my hands are shaped. So it's Exodus. This is similar to signing the word disappear. But now in this context, we are signing the Exodus. So it's Exodus. Then the second sign of Exodus, it's Exodus. So it's Egypt, then move. So you combine two signs. This is the sign of Egypt. Then this is the sign of move. So it's Exodus. Exodus or Exodus. Then we have the next one, that is Leviticus. So when signing Leviticus, both hands are L-shape. Then the L's go away from each other. So it's Leviticus, 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 Leviticus. Other signers may do it as Leviticus, Leviticus, because sign language differs from one region to another. It also differs from ages. You find that the old signers are different from the new signers in the new generation. So signs keep on changing, but the variations are well catered for. So when you know the different variations, it's good for you. Then we have the next one, that is Numbers. So Numbers also has two signs. So the first sign, both hands are shaped this way. Then you'll do Numbers, 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 Numbers. Then the next one is Numbers. Your index finger goes behind your shoulder. So it's Numbers or Numbers. Then we have the next book, that is Deuteronomy. So Deuteronomy, you'll just finger spell the entire word. So it's Deuteronomy. So you'll just finger spell. There is no defined sign for Deuteronomy, so you'll just finger spell the entire book to be able to communicate to a person with hearing impairment. Then we have the next book, that is Joshua. So when signing Joshua, your hand should be S-shaped. Then the S taps on your cheek once. So it's Joshua, 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 Joshua. Then we have the next one, that is Judges. So Judges, you'll just do Judges, Judges, Judges. Your hand is closed, then Judges. It taps downwards once, so it's Judges. Then we have the next book, that is Ruth. So Ruth also has two signs. So the first sign of Ruth, your hand is R-shaped. Then the R taps on your chin twice, so it's Ruth, Ruth, Ruth. R-shaped on your hand, then you tap on your chin, that is Ruth. Then we have Esther. Sorry, we have the second sign of Ruth, that is Ruth, Ruth, Ruth. Then we have the book of Esther that has a similar sign to the first sign of Ruth. But now when signing Esther, your hand should be E-shaped. Then the E-shaped taps twice on your chin. So it's Esther, Esther, E-shaped, then Esther. Then we have the next one, that is Samuel, the book of Samuel. So when signing Samuel, your index finger touches the eye, then S shape slides on an open palm facing upwards. So it's Samuel, 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 Samuel. Then Samuel and Nehemiah have a similar sign, but now what changes in Nehemiah is the alphabet on your hand. In Nehemiah, you'll use N shape, but the signing is the same. So Nehemiah, you'll do Nehemiah, Nehemiah, Nehemiah. So my hand now is N shape, that's what changes. So it's Nehemiah. Then we have the second one, the next book, that is Kings. So when signing Kings, your hand should be K-shaped, then the K moves diagonally. So it's Kings, Kings. This is how my hand is shaped. So the K moves diagonally. Place of articulation is in front of your chest. So it's Kings. Then we have Chronicles. Chronicles also has no defined sign, so you are advised or encouraged to fingerspell. So you'll just do Chronicles. You'll just fingerspell the entire word. Also, Ezra has no defined sign. So the book of Ezra also you'll fingerspell. So it's E-Z-R-A. You'll just fingerspell the entire word. So now this is the importance of mastering the Kenyan Sign Language alphabets that will enable you to find it ease when fingerspelling in a comfortable way and you are able to communicate. Then we have the book of Job. So the book of Job, your hand is claw-shaped. Then you do Job, Job, Job. So that's how you say Job. Then we have Psalms. So when signing the book of Psalms, your hand should be P-shaped. Then place of articulation is here. So you'll do Psalms. So the P goes sideways. So it's Psalms. It's more, the movement is similar to song, but now my hand is P-shaped. So you'll do Psalms. Then we have Proverbs, the book of Proverbs. So when signing Proverbs, you use two alphabets, that is P and V. But now place of articulation is on my hand. So you'll do Proverbs, Proverbs, Proverbs. So it's P and V, P and V, P, V, Proverbs. Then we have Ecclesiastes. So Ecclesiastes also, you'll just fingerspell. So you'll fingerspell the entire word. Then we have Songs of Solomon. So when signing Songs of Solomon, you'll just do Songs. Then you'll fingerspell Solomon. So it's Songs of Solomon. Then let's head the next books. So we are going to do the book of Hosea. So in Hosea, it's H shape. Then the H goes under. This is how my other hand is shaped. Then the H goes downwards. So it's Hosea. So Hosea and Habakkuk have the same sign, but now to be able to be more efficient to communicate when doing them, you can first fingerspell Hosea, then you'll tell the deaf that this is the sign of Hosea. Then Habakkuk also, you'll just fingerspell Habakkuk, then the H should go under your other hand facing downwards. So the two books have same way of signing, but your responsibility as a signer is to communicate to your audience and tell them by fingerspelling the one that you are doing at the moment. Then you will show them the sign name so as to avoid fingerspelling, which maybe can cause you to be tired when when doing an interpretation. So you fingerspell, then you show them the sign, then they are able to understand. Then we have Ezekiel. So Ezekiel also has same way of movement as Hosea and Habakkuk, but now what changes is the alphabet. Ezekiel we use letter E, then the E goes under your other palm facing downwards, so it's Ezekiel. So it moves like Ezekiel. Then we have Isaiah, the book of Isaiah. Isaiah also has a similar movement as Habakkuk, Hosea, and Ezekiel, but now what changes is the alphabet, which is letter I. Then the I drags down, so it's Isaiah. Then also we have Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah. Movement similar to Isaiah, Hosea, Habakkuk, Ezekiel, but now what changes is the alphabet. So Jeremiah, you do Jeremiah. So you'll do letter J. So the small finger will drag down, then slowly you draw letter J. Then we have the book of Lamentation. So Lamentation, both of my hands are open facing me, then my head bows down, so it's Lamentation. So both hands are facing me, the signer, then you just bow. And then we have the other books. Now the other remaining books, you just fingerspell them. For instance, the book of Joel, I'll just fingerspell Joel. Also, the book of Amos, we fingerspell Amos. Similar to Obadiah, it's Obadiah. Similar to the book of Micah, that is Michah. Then we have the book of Nahum, also it's fingerspelled. We also have the book of Zephaniah, we'll just fingerspell. Similar to Haggai, that is Hai. Also Zechariah, that is Zechariah. Then the last book, that is Malachi, you just fingerspell the entire word. Thank you so much for your continuous support for my videos. Kindly, if you have maybe a variation of your sign, you can just comment below the comment section. I am so grateful for your continuous support. Thank you to all people that have subscribed and have continuously watched my YouTube channel. May God bless you, and may you be encouraged each and every day. Never give up. Just know what you want, realize your gifts, and always put your gifts on talent, on use, to be able to impact this world. If you are a sign language tutor, be encouraged, keep on teaching people sign language for us to be able to make a world a better world, that people will be able to communicate in sign language, and will be able to share beautiful stories with people with hearing impairment. Kindly subscribe, share, and like, and may God bless you.